Turks never be slipping.
Turks is never be slipping. Do you know why?
Turks be slick.
Nah. Do you know why?
Why?
Because he never does anything.
No,
He's on the safe side.
Because I think he has like really good balance. You know, he's able to bob and weave among things.
Like if Turks as a character, just think of someone with a pink polo and khakis.
Okay.
Carlton.
That's it.
Carlton.
That's
Okay.
I am the
Turks.
Carlton
See?
of this
Yes.
joint right here.
He's got the dance move.
If you break the law, guess who's snitching first?
Guess who shouldn't know that you're breaking the law?
Exactly.
Exactly.
You can't commit a crime around Turks.
Exactly.
No.
Like,
You
yeah.
cut the red light.
Mm-mm.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
كلنا نأمن من جوا السيارة.
Exactly.
This is
توك
the
مع
dude.
إشارة.
I'm letting you know, just so you know.
Super snitch.
I'm not involved in this.
Oh man. Oh, I want you guys to hear something before we start. I think we already started anyway, so
We started.
yeah, somehow, some way.
It's began.
Yes, this is very, very important for us to listen to.
It's begun.
Yeah, hold up. What's the volume right here?
Mhm.
Just Islam. I think of Muslim. I don't Muslimanity.
What?
No. When I think of the nation of Islam.
No, not the nation. Just Islam.
Islam. Okay, I could just say that.
Just Islam.
So when I think of Islam,
Exactly.
compute it
Oh my God.
or compute it, equate it to terrorism.
Well, I don't think this brunch will be.
This was supposed to be a brunch, by the way.
Okay,
That's a failed brunch.
Yeah, this is some show. I don't know what the show is, to be honest.
Is this someone who's a professional? Is she trying to do an interview?
No, I think this is like some kind of reality TV show.
Okay.
And-
Reality?
What-
I can just
Rup,
say that?
rup, rup.
Yeah, okay.
And what's the name? They're having brunch, and I don't know. I just got this clip. I just found it.
I really hope she never tries to interview anybody ever again.
Especially no Misliyats.
Guys, so there's some dude's like, yo, guys, it's Muslimanity right, from now on. Muslimanity.
So now we're Muslims.
Allegiance.
I don't even know, honestly.
Oh man, great story,
This
guys.
is why we should educate people on words.
Do you like to educate people on words?
I do. I'm that annoying person, you know, that corrects your vocabulary or fixes.
No,
your
it's
spelling.
not.
Yes, I am.
Mm-mm.
Man, I my vocab is so messed up. You just let it slide.
No,
Oh, you gave up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not even bothering with you anymore.
Yeah.
because, you know,
I appreciate it.
you've
I
got
appreciate it.
words. You've
Yeah,
got
but
words.
I've always had words
And
and
Turks
flows.
and Turks has
and a lot of
The
lows.
best words.
The best words.
The best
You think
words.
You have
No.
the best words.
Many, many words.
The many.
If we're talking about who has the best words, I'd like to think I have the best words.
But you don't pronounce them correctly. None of them.
Okay,
None of them.
You know why?
Because you read them.
Exactly.
You don't say them.
Yes.
You don't. And you try to inject them into conversations
Yes.
as if, oh, yeah, I've been saying this since kindergarten. Come on, look.
I was,
Photosynthesis.
oh, we have evidence of you like
That's
destroying
actually-
words.
I'm not denying.
There's
that.
people who had to quit their jobs because of how you messed up the words for them.
True.
Did they quit
True.
their jobs?
Yes, we have an audience. One of our followers. She was like, you know what? Fuck this work. You know?
Yeah.
This education, everything that I've been doing in my life for this career, that's it
I'm
done.
just gonna go home.
That's
Start
it.
chilling.
No, not start chilling. That's it.
I'll study the dictionary again.
No, she gave up on life.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to our listener that
That's
gave
it.
up on life.
Dark
Anyway,
twist, you guys.
I hope you're still listening somewhere, somehow.
what's happening, fellas?
It's all good.
Oh, welcome to Past the Kabsa. I totally forgot.
Okay.
Welcome Past the Kabsa, episode 25.
I got it right this time.
25.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a miscalculation because we recorded something, we threw it away,
And nobody even noticed.
and nobody even noticed.
Good.
Even though I put in the, if you saw the video clip of last episode, it said episode 24, yeah, Fahi.
Okay.
So I give a heads up.
Yeah, I don't think they're paying that much attention.
Even if they're not, I have the.
Best words.
I'm not going back to what's words. What I try to do is give them the best experience that they can't afford anywhere else. That's it.
Lucky
bro.
them, yo.
That's it,
Wow,
man.
lucky
That's
them.
it. Like I care,
You do.
like a teddy bear.
Yes. And they don't know how much you care.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know. Nobody
can't-
knows.
They can't see it.
They can't see the
They can't-
care.
Yeah, they can't.
You know what they
the
can
care.
see?
What they can.
The hate.
Because the hate is it's there. It's obvious.
Welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us. Thank you to our listeners. Thank you to our viewers. Thank you for subscribing, following, and just making fun of us. We appreciate
Sticking
that.
around for 25 episodes.
Thank you for joining us for the laughter and for the pain. A lot of pain.
And the education.
A lot of pain. Education.
What?
This is your education.
What pain?
Anyway, let's do this. Let's do this. All right, listen. So now it's end of the year. We should do a recap, and we prepared a recap. By prepared means we just looked over some things.
Yep.
Yes.
Like gauged actually.
we found the best words. That's what we
We
did.
found the best word for the year.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about it in a second, but I want to paint a picture for everybody so they can remember what it was or how it was,
How life was.
how life was.
Yeah.
So January 1st, Badu just dropped into the city, officially moved to the city.
Like Batman.
I said, just dropped in, told nobody. Got the house, tuck, did everything, and just bombered you all. What's happening? I'm here. We're all like, oh. I'm like, yo, where's Shamsi?
Mm.
Teresa's like, I have no idea. I was like, where's Shamsi? Turns out Shamsi was still lost in Middle Beast.
For a
He was wandering Middle Beast by himself.
In the desert.
In the desert.
After everybody was gone.
He was still on that vibe. I think everybody was still on that vibe.
He was the last beast.
He was the last beast.
He was around long after everybody else was
Last
gone.
beast, hungry beast, lost beast.
I remember
That's his name, Lost Beast.
Lost beast. Yeah, that works. I remember that.
Oh my god!
I remember the year starting with like it was cold. Middle Beast had just ended. We were in the desert. Gharazna. That's literally how the year started.
Nice.
Yes, that was New Year's.
Nice.
Okay, and
Wow.
it was just.
Omens. Just omens.
I think it was omens, yeah, because like within the first 2 days of New Year's, كان في تغريز that lasted like 3 hours, and like hadith that lasted 2 hours. So yeah, both of those did not.
When
know,
you say hadith, the last 2 hours.
like I had to deal with the hadith. Thing
Okay.
for
I
a
thought
good
it was
2
in
hours.
slow motion.
No, no, that didn't happen.
That was like 600 frames a second,
That
bro.
makes more sense. Yeah.
But you
It
know,
took forever.
life was good back in January. We didn't know you were coming. You were just like arrived.
My
literally
presence has to be felt, not seen.
unannounced.
So when I
Ew.
came here, all you felt the difference in the atmosphere.
There was a vibration. in the
Exactly,
air, you know.
exactly.
There-
Lam'a is here.
Yes,
Lam'a is here.
We
Lam'a has landed.
we
Yeah.
could feel the hate projected.
Exactly.
City
Yes.
shine.
Like,
Exactly.
like, why do I feel like punching someone all of a sudden?
Why do I hate so much?
So January came along. Then what happened in January, Shamsi?
A lot of things happened in January. So the wildfires of Australia, what they called the Black Summer, that was all over January.
That was scary.
That was. I remember watching pictures of like poor koalas. I'm not even kidding right now.
Oh yeah.
like
that,
stuck on trees
no.
and
that was heartbreaking.
like kangaroos, just like looking at the camera, like dead-eyed and stuff. It was horrible, honestly.
It was horrible. You know, let's not forget the people also who were affected during the
Yes,
whole thing.
That was
I
also.
was looking at koalas. There's people actually running away from fire.
I remember the pictures though. This is the one I remember. There's like a couple of pictures
was
that really
video.
stuck in my head. It was.
The videos of the sky.
Exactly.
That was scary.
It was all like
That was
you know,
scary.
people waking up at 7 a.m. It was all red, you know, or black, with all the dust and all the haze and all the.
But
stuff.
then again, as a guy who lived in Australia, it fits Australia.
Yeah.
That's the general theme?
Yes, exactly.
National
It's like, oh, so
disasters.
today is red.
No, but like this is an example of I think Australia being a continent of extremes.
It is.
Because like the wildfire started in July and they kept going on like for 6 months up until the new year. And that's actually when they peaked. They peaked in the new year. Like January,
scary.
around January, December, and they kept going on for another 3 months. So you're talking about
Yikes.
wildfires that went on for a good 8 months of the year. 80% of the population affected one way or the other. You know, 30 something.
July is winter in Australia, by the way. So it started in winter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Southern
okay.
Hemisphere.
Okay.
So July is winter, and it all the way went all the way to summer.
And not just that, it started much earlier than it was supposed to start, you know, because apparently they had a drought. The conditions were kind of hazardous around that time of year. So it started early. It kept going on. The smoke made it all the way to freaking Latin America. You
Yeah.
know,
Whoa.
and
Yes.
that's how big and intense it was. It was
That
all
was
it was all over the news. So that was, I think, the first thing we saw with January starting. It's like, okay, somebody needs to get those guys some water. And I think a lot of countries
Did you just say get those guys some water?
water.
Do you know what they're surrounded by?
they need more. Obviously, they needed more.
They needed water.
No, but I was actually remembering like a lot of countries sent like flight
Water.
crews.
Water.
Like
I just
fire-
imagine Shamsi showing up on a boat and then just landing, filling up buckets and walking in.
and then leaving. I'll go get more.
Yeah, do y'all have enough?
Oh man,
Like, you know.
you should not be a first responder, man. Oh my god! All right.
No, but they did get like crews from the US, the UK, like other countries. They sent firefighter crews. So that's what that's what I was
Well done,
thinking
well
about.
All right, send the water.
Get water.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
Oh my god.
Wow.
so that happened. That was terrible, honestly.
Oh, the koalas. Thank you.
The koalas were not saved.
Give us the list of 2020 of January.
January. So January, Saudi was popping. If you guys remember, in January, Saudi, a lot of things were still happening. We had the Spanish Super Cup.
Yes.
in Jeddah.
Mm.
Madrid won and penalties. I really wanted to go to that one. I was supposed to actually go to that one.
Wasn't it in Jeddah?
It was in Jeddah.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't make it.
one of my cousins called me up. He's like, "Hey, yalla kharrouh madri ايش." I was like, "Okay, I'll get the tickets." So I get the tickets, and then something happens. I don't remember what happens. I was like, "Okay, I can't go to Jeddah." He's like, "Okay, thanks for the tickets then."
Wow.
Like, I was like, "Yo, like,
You got used. son.
really?" Then he's like, "Nah, bro. We just went. It was fun. It was such a good time." So
Yeah.
that happened.
Yo, thank you for the fun.
Thank you for the fun. Exactly. We had the first.
Look at
ever-
Shams being a sugar daddy. Go ahead.
Giving-
Go ahead. Go
Giving
ahead.
tickets to the children.
Ew, no.
Exactly.
How Epstein of you. Go ahead.
Oh.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That was 2019.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Let's
My
not
bad.
go
My
back
bad.
there.
My bad. My bad. It's my bad.
The car happened. The car rally happened in Saudi.
Dakar.
Dakar.
Not the car.
Okay, that's what I said.
Dakar.
Did I not say?
I heard Dakar. The
Okay.
Dakar rally is it's an off-road rally.
Okay.
It was one of the biggest rallies. It's one of the biggest rallies in the world, one of the harshest.
Okay.
And coming to Saudi was a really, really big deal.
That's the Ninja logo one, right?
The Ninja logo one, yes.
Yes.
Okay, it's not Ninja logo, but yeah,
It's
it's
Ninja
the film.
logo. Yeah.
It's not
Ninja logo one.
Yeah. That's how I know them. I'm sorry.
But it's okay. So why is it like the biggest? Is it the most famous? Is it
It is the biggest off-road, and well, again, depending on what you want to do.
because they have a video game? That's how I know them.
Yes.
No, but okay,
They
all
were.
right.
Yeah, that's how big.
That's
they
how you
are.
know them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But if you look at that competition, it's one of the harshest competitions out there
Okay.
because the cars take such a beating. The technology that comes out of those cars actually makes it to road cars.
Ooh.
That's how big. Think of Formula One.
So it's like an innovation lab.
Exactly. So you're taking this car that's doing 200 over sand and bumps and rocks.
Okay.
And the suspension is supposed to take all the hits, all the bumps, all at the same time.
Okay.
I'm never gonna do this again.
One more time. That's
gonna be a GIF. That's gonna
I
be
know.
a GIF.
So, and basically, you're trying to make the car be as stable as possible, as fast as possible off road,
Okay.
and you get all the harshest conditions. So I think I don't remember the exact route for Saudi, but it was a huge route.
I think
They went from Riyadh to Hayel,
yeah.
then back down, then back up to Riyadh again. So it's a huge route, and it's in stages, and it's a huge thing.
I think it started in, if I'm not mistaken, I think it started in Jeddah, went down south, and went back all the way up to Hayel, like a roundabout way. And all
Was
way
the finish line in Riyadh?
I think the finish line is Riyadh, the Qadiyah, if I'm not mistaken as well.
Because I remember Qadiyah
Yeah, I
has to do something with it, but I don't know if it was the launch or if it was what's the name, the finish.
So how do people like actually
No, I
have?
think it launched in Neo, didn't it?
No, I think it was Jeddah.
Well, you could be right. No, I think it launched in Neom.
Yeah.
Let me
maybe.
check. I'll check.
What you were saying?
Please note that you're not completely 100% accurate. on
And we're never gonna be 100%.
Yeah. Just so you know, just so you remember.
If you want facts, go Google it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
We're just giving you info.
Do your job.
Exactly. So
Stop being lazy.
so like Saudi had a lot of things going on globally. Kobe, Kobe, the whole
Yeah, rest in peace, Kobe.
rest in peace. He the
That was a shock.
helicopter thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
helicopter crash.
Helicopter
Him and his
crash.
daughter.
His and his daughter. That was
That was a huge shock.
and that I think that made a lot of impact on a lot of people because people love. He was more than like just a basketball player. I think
Yeah, he was way more than a basketball
Yeah,
player.
he was a bigger icon for like sports and
Think of how Jordan was. Kobe was all of that plus the era of social media,
Okay.
where people can go back and forth and negotiate, and he still survived it. So to a lot of people, Kobe is way bigger than Jordan.
Is he?
To a lot of people,
When I think about
even though Kobe tells you in The Last Dance that you get nothing from me without Jordan.
yeah, that's what I was always thought.
So yeah, but again, people fighting about Cristiano Messi.
Okay.
But when you talk to the actual people, like they'll tell you, like, no, we're fans of each other.
Okay.
So they're two different time zones, and but Kobe's Kobe.
I always thought of him as the next great player after Jordan. Like
He was.
Jordan retired.
Yeah, he was.
It was always about Kobe.
Even though there were a lot of great players after Jordan retired, Kobe always because Kobe played against Jordan,
Yeah,
and you saw how good he was.
I remember there was like a
When they were talking to each other, when
Exactly.
Kobe was asking him, "What do you
For
think of this?"
advice.
Yeah, and he's like, he gave him his number later on. He's like, "Call me if you need anything."
okay.
And he's been there for him like throughout his whole career.
That was like a classic.
Yeah, that's
shot,
amazing. So
honestly.
everybody fighting about Kobe and Jordan, like keep in mind that they both like need each other. So Jordan's the GOAT, period.
You know,
I'm gonna piss off a lot.
Every Batman needs a Robin.
Yeah. No.
What?
See, again, I can't do that to Kobe.
Really?
I'm sorry. Kobe's a great.
He stands on.
Kobe's
his
a
own.
great. Yes, Kobe stands on his own.
See, Robin
Yes.
made it to Nightwing.
I mean, Kobe had some unfortunate events in his career. I'm just saying ignore all of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
please do.
Okay.
But I think Kobe could have, he could have just basically passed Jordan and everything. But circumstances came along the way, and things had changed, and things happened.
Okay.
But he could have been like the top goat.
Could have been.
Yeah. But in their eras, they're both goats.
Yeah, that was honestly. I remember that was like, whoa, what the hell? I was just having
that was
lunch.
scary.
You know, I was having dinner actually. I was like, okay, Kobe just died, and everybody like stopped for a second and like started discussing what the fuck just happened.
Yeah, everybody, every single person.
Yeah.
I only
Uh,
noticed it when like I woke up and saw Instagram and everyone was posting about it.
It was,
A lot because I follow a lot of artists and everyone did their own like tribute
tribute.
piece. Yeah,
Yeah, Kobe was influential to a lot of people.
it was. Going back to Dakar, it started in Jeddah, went all
Oh,
the
there
way
was
up to Neom,
They came
down
back to Riyadh.
yeah to Riyadh through Hayel and then down to Wadi Dawasir, all the way east to Rub al Khali,
Damn.
and then up to Al Qadiyah.
That's a
There we go.
route.
Yeah.
yo.
I'm telling you, they took
Yeah.
a full trip.
That's
Exactly.
a full trip.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
And it's an expensive sport. It's not like cheap. It's not like some like guy setting up his car in like garage and
Bro,
just coming up.
this sounds like it's gonna take a week or 2
Yeah,
weeks.
no, it was. It was a long one. I don't think it was 2 weeks. No.
At
But
least 10
it's
days.
it's a process. It's
They
a
started
long
on the
process.
5th and ended on the 17th.
Okay.
Oh, that was even
is 2
longer.
weeks. That is 2 weeks.
Oh, there we go.
Almost
Dos
I thought it
weeks.
was I thought it was less than that. I
Yeah.
thought it was like 4 days or something.
No, that
No,
goes
12
on.
days.
Goes
They
on.
rested in Riyadh. There was a rest there before they went.
They
down
rested
to-
in Riyadh, not got arrested in Riyadh.
No, they rested. Who said arrested, dude?
Okay, so other things that happened in January, the girl from Suits talked to Ginger out of wealth.
Allah.
Yeah.
Very
so-
nice delivery. Too.
And I think you taking that word out of my mouth. We want to take a moment here to enjoy Shams's delivery of that joke.
Yes.
As you can see, he thought very, very deeply about that joke and
Yes.
just fucked that up real
Yeah,
quick.
okay. Go ahead.
So
Next one.
Meg, whatever the hell her name is,
Meg White? Is it White?
what was her name?
I don't know.
I don't know. Is her
It's
name
the
Meg?
girl from Suits.
It's a girl from Sweets. Sweets.
Sweet.
So she convinced. So she got married into the royal family,
Yes.
and then she pulled one out.
She pulled the ginger out.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying she
took-
pulled the ginger out.
Exactly.
All right, keep
She
going,
pulled the
bro.
ginger out. There was a lot of tension with Iran. There was the Soleimani attack by the U.S. He died. I think it was start of January,
Yeah,
and then like a week later, there was a flight that was shot down in Iran.
yeah.
It was the Ukraine
The
flight.
Ukrainian flight. Yeah.
That was intense.
That
That,
was
was,
intense.
a very intense start to the year. Not cool at all. And then COVID arrived. WHO announced new coronavirus from Wuhan, China, and China reported the first death. And 2 weeks later, Wuhan lockdown. 11 million people got
Before it got locked down, do you remember the videos? Oh no! Do we see the videos during the lockdown? Because the lockdown is what everybody saw
So
first.
everybody started hearing about this new virus.
It was already like rumors in December, but it was all hush hush.
Exactly.
It was all hush
It was
hush.
all
Yes.
hush hush.
Because I remember in December that conversation was happening,
Yeah.
but China told WHO there's like nothing to worry about.
Okay, we cool.
Yeah, we good, we got this, we got this. Nah,
Okay.
just a little flu,
We
little flu.
handling this,
We got this, we
basically.
got this.
So-
and then when people start dropping, and they're like, okay, now we need to lock down the whole city and they sent the army. That's when everybody started paying attention.
Yeah.
That happened, I think, 2 weeks after like WHO. 2 weeks after WHO announced that okay, there's a new virus. It's in China. It's in Wuhan. 2 weeks later, 11 million people got locked down. And I remember thinking that was crazy. I was thinking, whoa, is it this serious? Really, you're locking down an entire freaking city?
With an army, the army was at the like train stations, lined up,
with, like,
closing
with,
everything
like tanks, and stuff.
except the airports.
But the videos though, there was like I remember one specific video. I remember somebody telling me like, "There's no way this is real." Of like an old guy just like standing in the middle of the
And
street
just
next to the
drops.
bus station, and he literally just like drops like
Oh wow.
all the way down. Look, that was
Because that's how. Well, so a friend of mine works at CDC, and she was telling me that when it first broke out, it was so strong that it spread so fast that people were dropping quick.
and they didn't really know how to do
Exactly. So even with China trying to close it down, it was already way too late. It was already everywhere. Like you could not control how fast it's spreading through people. That's why you remember at first there was a lot of deaths, but no one was announcing it in China, and then later on started announcing
Yeah,
because we saw the videos. They were dragging people down the street. Everybody was dropping, falling everywhere. It was a scary sight. It looked like a movie.
it looked.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was thinking. It looked like the start of 28 days later. Like 28 days later, somebody wakes up in a hospital and like, okay, there's nobody here. So it looked like we were getting to that
Mm.
level, and like at that point, I think we didn't really take it seriously.
Nobody took it seriously.
Like
No,
we
no,
were still thinking
still.
about traveling.
Yeah,
Yes.
The guys, I think they went down to Oman.
yeah.
Yeah, we're like
No, I think the guys went down to Amman in Feb, not even in
not
January.
even Jan.
Yeah, I think it was in Feb.
Okay, so wait, moving on to Feb.
Go ahead.
Uh,
We just got the Feb right now.
Okay, anything else happened in Jan? So yeah, so Jan, we started hearing about the COVID. In Feb, things started getting a bit more serious with COVID. They actually named it coronavirus. They named it as
Okay.
COVID-19.
Let's
in
pause
Feb.
that for a second. We'll get to that.
Yeah,
So February comes around, we're all still chilling.
we're all still chilling.
Winter Wonderland is still popping.
Exactly.
The Boulevard is still popping.
Exactly.
Events everywhere. Parties, everything you can name. Everything is as it was going in 2019, which was a party.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we were all still flowing. We heard about this, but again, the government didn't tell us to worry yet. We're all good.
It
Everything
was,
is
it was
smooth.
just something in the news.
It was something that was somewhere else, not near
Exactly.
us.
It's an abstract.
Yes.
Very.
And then I think there was a lot of plans in February for things that we all wanted to do. There was a comedy show you guys went to.
Comedy show.
Yeah, I think there was a
I
comedy
think
show
there
in
was a
Feb.
comedy show.
Yes.
Yeah. And CAF.
The 303
Wasn't
one.
there? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 303
See,
comedy
that-
show.
I remember, bro.
Yeah.
It was just a regular time.
Yeah, it was a
Me
good-
and you went to like 3-4 events.
There was a couple of art shows that we went to.
Art
art
shows we went
galleries.
to. There was more than a couple of art shows.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to remember. Like we were going out. I remember we went to Wonderland a couple of times as well. We're still going to movies.
Everything was still smooth.
Everything was still
Everything
smooth.
was still smooth.
And somewhere during that month, we started feeling like, hey,
There's a dark cloud.
there's something happening. So the guys ended up deciding to go to Oman. I remember saying, hey, I'm not traveling. I'm not getting a no plane anytime soon. And they were like, no, it's fine. It's all right. No worries about it. They ended up coming back, alhamdulillah, without any issues. But I remember I had a
Yeah, point the
flight-
finger.
Exactly.
We have a friend that don't want to mention his name,
I really wanted
Exactly.
who was going to New York.
Yeah, I was.
and we had a full conversation about, bro, don't go to New York. He was hesitant, but he's like I want to go.
I mean, it was fun. I wanted to travel, but yeah.
to New York.
Yes, but that was before they had any cases there.
Okay.
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 A day before my flight.
Yes.
When was your
His flight was a
supposed to be?
Sunday. I still remember.
I think
was it Sunday or Thursday?
It was probably the 8th. I'm not sure. The 8th of March.
No, wait.
Because he
we're
was
moving
here
forward.
the day before he traveled.
Okay.
Yeah. I was chilling with you guys. I went back home to pack my bags. That was the first day they reported any cases in New York. And I was like, it's fine. It's cool. Second day of the flight, my mom just looked at me and went like, you really have to go? Do you need to go?
No,
I'm
you
like,
don't.
fuck, okay.
No, you don't.
I can't. You give me puppy eyes. I'm not gonna go.
No.
No, okay. I'm staying home.
That was a good, legitimate
It was
question.
Exactly.
it was a great decision because I ended up like spending 2 weeks of my vacation at home, which kind of kickstarted the lockdown.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, before we get
No,
I
no, no.
started the lockdown before everyone started. the
Yeah,
lockdown.
but at the same time, the day that you're supposed to go, I think the day after that is when New York's started
Yeah,
announcing.
it was like 14 cases. The day after it was 72 cases.
Exactly.
Oh, shit, okay.
And
I remember
I
the
don't
day
need to
after
go.
he's supposed to go, like the numbers just spiked.
And I remember
Yeah,
telling him, like,
ridiculous.
New York is not the place you want to go to because it's such a
Exactly.
dense place to
Yeah.
be. Like the subway, everywhere you go, there's people. It's
Yeah, but no,
That's
hold on.
a
At that
peak
time, we didn't know what's going on.
true.
We still had no idea.
true, but you still think of it
We were
logically.
here discussing the podcast in February.
That's when we started discussing.
That's
the
when we started
podcast.
discussing the
Mm,
podcast.
yes.
Yeah, we were here having a conversation about how we're gonna make this bullshit.
yeah. Yeah.
This bullshit about
Just
podcast.
in case you guys were wondering when this whole thing started.
Yeah, it took months to do this bullshit.
Yeah.
Bull.
So
Okay.
we were discussing it, and we were telling Turks, if you die, who's gonna take your place?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
True.
That was actually
Like
a good
we
point.
were convinced he was gonna die.
Yeah.
We're like, we're not
Like
going back.
like we were saying our farewells.
Yeah,
Yes.
like bye.
We couldn't find the third person, so I was like,
Like,
I'll,
we need
I'll
you.
stick around.
I need you.
The
Yeah.
thing is, I was actually planning to travel to the States around the same time. I wanted to go to Cali. Me and Boots, I think, wanted to go and visit Fred over there. We wanted to go see my cousin. But when I started seeing the things happening at the start of Feb, I'm like, yo, I'm not. I don't
You were
think-
supposed to go end of Feb or
end of beginning of March, end of
beginning of
February,
March. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, okay.
And when we started seeing how things were happening, we're like, okay, either way, this is not a good time to
Yeah,
travel.
you guys canceled before I did.
I was exactly. I convinced them to travel because the writing was on the wall.
Mm.
Now the messed up thing was at that time, like, okay, wait, we'll get back to that later. Let's
So give me the February events then.
okay, yeah, exactly.
The Febby events.
So the Febby events, hang on. There was a lot of local events happening in Feb. So we had the Ministry of Sport being announced. instead of the General Sports Authority. We had the Ministry of Investment being announced instead of the GIA, and we also had 11 new culture authorities
Under the umbrella of
Ministry of Culture.
Ministry
Yeah.
of Culture. There we
Literature,
go.
publishing, translation, fashion, film, heritage, architecture, design, visual arts, museums, theater, performing arts, libraries, music, and culinary arts. So basically, the full spectrum of anything you want to do in your life.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Love that.
Anything,
Amazing, yes,
anything
yes,
and
yes.
everything you want to do,
Mm.
come here and we will have programs. We will
Yes.
have trainings. We will have events. We will have workshops. We will have everything going on. But right now, there's still seeds being growing. They're being watered.
Yeah,
you know?
still they're still active on all fronts. We talked about the fashion a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
How they started the incubator.
And the music
And
also.
the
did
music just
something.
recently. We will
Yeah.
discuss later on.
We'll
We'll get
get-
more information on that later on. No, they've been popping, but they won't accept any of us. Again, they're not gonna take this bullshit.
Like,
Go ahead.
I don't think we fit under any
No,
of these categories, honestly. Like,
Maybe
we're-
disability.
Are we-
Keep going.
culinary arts for Turks. Like he has that going on.
He has zero arts.
Like me and you, bro. Like look, we don't have anything going on. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. The Oscars happened.
Oh yeah, that was
Yes,
interesting.
Parasite swept the Oscars. That was nobody saw that coming.
That
I
was the
think.
first foreign film to ever
Win Best Picture
Yes.
and
yeah.
Best Director
Yes.
and Best Screenplay.
The dude already won the year before the best foreign film.
Oh, he's did
Yeah.
at the Oscars.
With I think it was the movie was called Okja or something like that.
Different
Uh,
movie.
yeah.
Okay,
And then he came in the next year like, yep, the big one.
let's
Do
go.
it. Yeah.
Let's do
exactly.
this. Did you like it?
Parasite?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Like
Beautiful movie, dude. It's moving.
Did you like it?
I haven't watched it.
Me neither.
We got something to do then.
You
Yeah,
guys.
Exactly.
I never use the word moving for a movie, but this one.
This
Does
was
it hit the feels?
It's ridiculous.
It
Yes.
hits the feels?
Oh, yes. All kinds
We're
of
not watching together.
Y'all better get your own blanket.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I want to cry in peace.
Yes.
okay.
All right. Let me cleanse my soul in
But
peace.
when you say it's moving, like what kind of moving is it?
I mean, it talks about.
Don't spoil it.
Okay.
Then why you asking?
Okay. Not about what, am I
Why
gonna
you
get
asking?
scared? Am I gonna laugh? Am I
No,
gonna?
there's
No, you-
family. There's classism. There's.
Okay.
Look, it's a good movie. Everyone told me to watch it from a long time
Yes,
ago.
Okay, we need
I'm-
to catch.
I'm just lazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right?
fair
I'm
enough.
not willing to sit down for a couple of hours to watch something.
To
Fair enough.
read subtitles. Come on.
Oh, and there's also reading involved.
Yeah, it's a Korean.
I
movie,
need
bro.
binoculars to watch the TV, man.
Oh.
Okay. What else happened in Feb? So Feb actually was when we started really realizing things were serious because that's when they shut down the travel to GCC. At the end of Feb, they stopped everybody coming in from GCC countries.
You can leave though. I think at first you can leave.
I think if you were a GCC citizen, you can go back, but nobody else coming in. Like if you were Emirati, you can go back to the UAE, but no new flights coming in.
Did we lock down before anyone else in the GTC?
I think we were among the first. I'm just looking at the dates here. I think we were.
I'm trying to remember because I remember when we were on lockdown, I think I had friends in Bahrain who were traveling.
Yeah,
But I know Dubai didn't lock down at the same time as us though.
yeah, we were proactive, and the reason I'm saying that is because end of Feb we shut down Umrah flights. So end of Feb we decided no
Which
more.
was already shocking.
Yeah, that was the first.
That shocked a lot of people across the globe.
And that was the first step that Saudi really was taking this seriously. Saudi was taking all the precautions it has to take. Honestly, I felt so proud that they were doing that because it is a big step to take. Because it is not something to
Ballsy.
do lightly, you know.
Yeah.
And like as soon as we kicked into March, like I think all all shit broke loose.
I remember when they closed down the Umrah, how did the Umrah and the mosque close down at the same time, all of
So
them?
no, Umrah flights shut down at the end of Feb. That's the end of Feb. Now we're getting into March.
Okay, all right. So we
Okay.
still didn't close down the mosques yet.
Yes, not yet.
Okay.
Okay. So now we know that you can't go to Dubai anymore, and there's something going on. March begins. Shit. Everything goes wrong. Okay. March 2nd, first COVID case in Saudi. I think it was somebody coming. It was somebody in Qatif, and then that was the first hotspot in Saudi. The first 50, I think, cases were all like,
Yeah.
people in Qatif.
So
around
it
Qatif.
blew up in Qatif.
March 5th, they shut down Umrah. No more Umrah. And even if you're local, even if you're an expat, there's no more Umrah.
Now, wait.
March 8th,
Again, all right, keep going. Then we go back to one by one.
March 8th, they closed down schools and Qatif's quarantined. Like things moved quickly, bro.
So during that process, when it first they closed down Qatif, people are like, just a couple of cases. And then when the Umrah Like, nobody's going anywhere with the mosque, everything closed. Everybody got shocked.
Everybody realized.
Okay, I can't go pray. I
Yeah.
can't go pray,
Exactly.
bro.
It's
The
sunk in.
Saudiya,
It sunk in.
I can't go pray. That was so scary.
But that happened later. We're still getting there. Okay. So schools close on March 8th. Okay.
that was a celebration to a lot of people.
Yes, like no more schools. Everybody chill.
Except parents.
Travel stops on March 9th. Okay.
That's local.
That's no travel to GCC countries, Bahrain, UAE, Kuwait, Italy,
Because Italy was a hotspot.
South Korea, China, Lebanon, Egypt, Syria, and Iraq. Okay, so that's when we first started like having the restrictions.
But we
happen.
closed in April. We closed all flights. I mean, in
March.
February, we closed all the flights.
No, in February we closed down flights coming in for Umrah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So that's my bad. My bad.
Yes,
You're
so
right.
early March we still had flights going on, and
Yes,
then
yes,
March
yes,
9th
yes.
they announced these. March 10th, Italy was the first country around the world to do a national lockdown. You guys remember watching footage from Italy?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
it
scary.
was ridiculous.
It
That
was-
was
I
scary.
remember seeing like the hospitals
That
overwhelmed.
was scary.
I remember like having CNN and just like flipping. It's like doom scrolling, but on TV. I kept doing that shit for like 4 or 5 days.
Bro, that was scary.
It's doom switching, maybe.
Like you had to see it. See, the problem is, I think this issue goes back to China not being very transparent. If we saw what we saw in Italy in China, we would have all been very, very cautious from the beginning, and none of this would have happened.
But I think China was very proactive in doing a lockdown, when they saw that starting.
But
to
you were
spread.
not showing anything. You were just
True.
saying.
True.
In Italy, we get to see with our own eyes. Like we see all the healthcare workers go through hell. How families are fighting how people, like some people, like their families are dead on the side of the street. The morgues are full. Everything is full.
I think it was around the north of Italy, one of the richer areas there, the Piedmont, I think, if I'm mistaken, is a lot of smaller towns that are close to each other, and a lot of them have older populations. And people living there, a lot of them they cross around these towns. So they got, it was a very, what do you call it? A perfect storm of circumstances that hit them.
Also, Italians are like us. They're very family oriented.
Yes.
So they're visiting. I remember once they were telling families to stop coming to the hospital because you come and try to visit the one who's sick, and you all getting sick at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, stop doing that.
Yes, and stop gathering,
Okay.
which is another scary thing about it.
That was March 10th. 11th, WHO announced the global pandemic. At that point, COVID was in 100
11
countries.
days.
100 countries.
Bro, 11. You just talk about 11 days. How crazy those 11 days are. we didn't even get half of March yet.
Exactly. We're not even the half of March.
Whoa.
100 countries, March 11th. At that point, I don't know if you guys remember. I remember coming into work on March 8th, I think. And we had received an email. Hey, by the way, one of our, expat employees lives in a compound where a positive case was recorded. So we're, just to be safe, we're telling all of our expat employees who live in these compounds not to come to work. Of course, everybody saw that email and like, yeah, nope, I'm going home.
No, I remember during that time when all this started happening, people were actually trying not to go out before we got full quarantine.
Oh
Bro,
yeah.
I remember like crapping on the guys because they still kept that week that started that first week when we went home. I spent the whole week at home and the guys were still getting together. I remember like shitting on them on the group, like, yo, you need to like امسك أرضك.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
like everybody.
Yeah, the
needs
guys
to
were hanging out all
chill.
the time.
Exactly.
Alhamdulillah, Rabbi hamahum, yani nothing happened.
Yeah, but because at that start, like you didn't really know what was going on, at
True.
that beginning. A week later, okay, before we get to that, so during this wonderful first week of March, remember what also happened? The oil price war broke out. So that was bad timing. Let's say that.
This is extra spices
Yeah, that
on
was-
the first 11 days.
That was bad timing. Oil prices crashed. The market was flooded. Russia and Saudi started like having an oil war, and like everybody was very
tense.
very confused at that time because like there was too many things going on. honestly.
Yeah, there was so many things in that one pot that you had no idea which one you need to solve first or eat first or look at first or do whatever with.
Like, bro, I remember the pictures of Rome empty. Like, man, the أكثر شيء like ممكن قشعر like صور مكة empty.
Yeah,
empty.
Yeah.
Mecca was scary.
Al-Kaaba, there's like nobody there. There's like one person there, and you got to see those pictures repeated all around the world. New York, London, Italy, Spain, everywhere. The same thing. And I don't think in recent history, I don't think the world has gone through something at the same time with everybody going through the same thing. Like everybody was sitting at home.
Well, you can't say that.
In recent history.
That you can say.
Yeah, in recent
Because
history.
we never had this much coverage of the whole world.
Exactly.
No, but I'm saying
Last plague we had what
100 years ago.
1919.
100 years ago.
Yeah.
1919, more than
There you go.
almost 100 years
Yeah.
ago. So,
Like the Spanish flu, you hear about it in Europe, you hear about it in Latin America.
but for our generation, or even our parents'
No,
generation,
even I think even on our parents' generation, yeah.
really? Like, because, when you think about things that happened around the world, most of them are regional affairs. No, I'm talking about a global pandemic where the whole world stops and there was no flights except in the States. Like,
America.
Yeah, I remember like looking.
Keeping it America.
I remember looking at a map of like planes around the world, and literally the States was the only country around the world like still having regular flights. So we still haven't gotten to midway through March. March 17th,
Wow.
March 17th, they actually closed down the mosques, and that was a big shock. That was also a big shock for a lot of people.
This woke up a lot of people.
Yes. At the same time, during that same week, Saudi also announced a 50 billion riyal stimulus package for small and medium businesses. That was March 14th.
Yeah, that was with the lockdown.
That was it was the same week. It was tuck, 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 tuck. Everything followed each other.
When did because I think that one was announced after the quarantine, not before the quarantine.
Okay.
Because we went to lockdown and then businesses started getting affected.
March 11th, WHO announces global pandemic. March 14th, Saudi announces 50 billion stimulus package for SMEs. March 16th, Dow Jones dropped 3,000 points, largest drop in history. 17th, mosque close. 23rd, partial curfew. So it started a week before the curfew started because they knew what was coming. At that point, a lot of businesses had stopped, employees had stopped going to work. A lot of businesses started, working from home.
People started going, people stopped going out.
Yeah, people started working from home. People stopped going out, and then the curfew happened, and like everybody realized, okay, this is serious, and this is going to be here for a while.
The partial curfew, was it, what was it at first? Was it 9 to 5?
It was 6 to 7. 6 a.m. to
That was the
7
first
p.m.
one?
That was 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. I remember there was a sticker like "La
Yeah,
Takhwan at 7."
yeah,
You
I
guys
remember that. Yeah.
Then I think 2 weeks later, it became. I think a week later, they made it to 3 p.m. So it started from till 7 p.m. and then became 3 p.m. Things moved quickly in March, guys. Things moved
The
really
thing, a lot, because I remember I used to come to your house and we'll have a walk in the farm.
Yeah, that was the first week.
Wealth. Wealth.
that was the second week of March, I think. That was before the lockdown went to effect. When I'd already chilled at home. At that point I wasn't going out. At that point I wasn't going to work anymore. I wasn't seeing the guys. I was home alone, which was ridiculous. So what happened was at the beginning of March.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, exactly. Beginning of March, my family was most of my family is already in the UK because my brother studies in the UK.
Because of wealth.
Okay, and my dad decided to go to the UK to just bring them back together, so they can come back.
Bring
together.
them back together.
So they can come back together. When he got there, he decided, hey, since I just got here, might as well just postpone my flight for a couple of days. He does that. My sister comes back on a Friday. She comes back on a Friday. Anybody coming back on a Saturday got quarantined. Okay. My parents' flight was supposed to be on a Sunday. They pushed it to Tuesday. Mondays, they locked down airports.
Oh,
See how tight that timeline was?
And it was again, you just said it. Like I thought I thought it was like weeks in between, but
Nah,
now remembering
bro.
it was like this.
Day by day, you had something new going on day by day. Like I remember at that time, like thinking like, yo, you really shouldn't go that. But at the same time, like I understand why he had
Papa,
to.
no.
Exactly. But like he got like my parents, most of my siblings got trapped basically in the UK. And I'm like, okay, now what? What do we
Now what?
Now what?
You remember that
Exactly.
scene in Tom Cruise movie when he came in his underwear? He's like, woo, I feel good. That's exactly what happened to James' script.
Honestly, I was worried as hell, man. Honestly, because I was watching the news in the UK, and I'm like, yo, these guys don't know what the hell they're doing. Like everybody's still out and about. We're in lockdown here, and they're going to concerts and they're going to
Football games were all packed.
Hey, exactly. They're still going to football games. They're still going to restaurants. Life is going on normally.
yeah.
And I remember telling my parents, yo, you need to chill. You need to chill at home, bro. Like you don't need to go out. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to. So that was
Alhamdulillah,
tense.
Rabbi
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yani, that was like really tense. So March ends on this bullshit. We're trapped at home.
Mm-hmm.
April starts. April 6th, 24-hour curfew. Remember that?
That was the kick.
That was the reality setting in.
But at the same time, with all of that happening, the reaction of businesses, government, everyone else, everyone was proactive.
Exactly. Things were still going.
Yes. At the same time, not only that, like remember we were all full lockdown. All of a sudden, Mersood, everything else just kicked into high gear.
Oh yeah.
Deliveries,
Delivery apps.
yeah,
Ooh.
delivery apps. We went crazy. At first,
Supermarkets.
the lines at the supermarkets.
Bro, everybody wearing masks. You started seeing that became a thing. Like people, I remember people trying to get into Marsul just to have an excuse to leave the house. I'm like, bro, where are you going? There's nowhere to go.
want to deliver stuff.
And they caught them.
They
Yeah.
did?
Yeah, and they caught them.
Yeah.
Anyone who is not supposed to be out, and they put a lot of strict, laws on all these companies and how they're gonna hire people to do delivery and so on. And صار موضوع فيها give me all your information, what you're
Like,
doing.
yo, we need to know where you go.
Yeah, exactly. And you get stopped. You have to have a paper while you're going. What are you doing? And again, like the amount of things that happened that we've never faced before, and how, like the government actually took care of all of these. Like it's just amazing. Example: you needed to go to a hospital. Call up. This is what I need. You get a message. You get the message with all information, so you can actually go to the hospital. If you get stopped, you get checked. My house around this corner, cops,
Everywhere.
everywhere. Every time you want to get out, you have a square. Remember when they give you that square to
Yeah.
go and buy your stuff and come back home?
Like type in the name of your like neighborhood or where your street is and tells you where you're supposed to go. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have one square to move in to go get groceries or whatever you need to get done. Here's the problem. Where that square ends, Danube is right behind it.
Wow.
Okay. I'm in a roundabout talking to two different cops about where I'm going, trying to get an approval. And they're all like, oh, but you can't. I'm like, bro, I have nothing around me.
Like there's nothing
Like
nice.
it's not nothing nice.
I need
Everything is like almost out. Because when it first hit, everybody was just
Yeah.
packing a home.
Exactly.
But we still had
Eggs
toilet
were
paper,
sold
though.
out.
Eggs were sold out. Remember eggs were sold out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't Mara'i like sneakily raise the price of milk without us paying attention?
they?
I think they did.
They might have.
So like, but the way that they took care of everything, it felt like yes, you are in quarantine, but you're not lost.
No, there was never
Things are being controlled
Yeah.
properly.
The only things you miss is the luxuries.
عجلة التنمية still going.
No, it's not just the luxuries.
going.
It's like I think a lot of people had a lot of different experiences lockdown because, like for example, I'm not used to spending a lot of time at my house. It just happened to be that unfortunately my family wasn't there, so it was a bit of a lonely time to be
Lucky
honest. For them, yeah, maybe. Yeah, no, for them, yeah, maybe, sure. Like they spent a good 2 months there. They enjoyed it, but
no, lucky for them to be away from you. That's
Yeah,
what I meant.
okay.
Don't mistake.
but from a lot of
Don't mistake the hate.
for a lot of different people, like they had to basically figure out how to deal with their families because they had never spent this much time confined in
That's
the same
true.
space.
That's a
with
good
them.
point, Shamsi.
I remember that. I remember
that's a
people
good point.
going
Oh.
crazy and flipping out, like, "Yo, I can't leave. There's nothing. There's nowhere I can go."
Oh,
And
God.
a lot of my friends, they had good experience with their families. They reconnected. There was calm. There was peace. There was whatever. A lot of them, had to figure out how to actually, communicate or live with the family in like a confined space. And just this is life. This is what it is. So I don't know about you guys. Like,
I'm a gamer, dude. I was born to stay at home.
okay.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He loved it.
Ridiculous.
Every time we used to talk, we were discussing the podcast over video chat.
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Gaming.
Yeah, he's like,
exactly. You see
uh-huh.
the flashing lights?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I agree with you.
Headshot.
Yeah, we're going to the moon.
No, that shit was disrespectful, honestly. I
It
was
is
like,
disrespectful,
"Yo,
but again, it's Turks.
pay attention, bro. Like, pay
My
attention.
bad. It's humble Turks.
Thank you.
It's so humble.
I remember like just sitting down and reading books. Like the only thing that I actually
That's
achieved-
exactly what you were doing,
Exactly.
Shamsi.
This is-
Every time I called you, there's some Russian history I had to
Yeah,
hear.
it's like, yo,
And the thing is, I had nothing to do, so I had to listen to it.
bro, I ended up reading a couple of books that I never thought I would have finished. Honestly,
How many books did you finish during quarantine?
2 months
Yes.
ranges from 10 to 15.
I think even more than that, to
I
be
think
honest.
no, it ranges from 10 to 15 because
Because I remember the phone call, Adi, this is book number 13.
yeah,
And I remember that was like halfway.
yeah, I remember I had Infinite Jest. If you guys have never heard of Infinite Jest, it's a joke among people who like books because it's so damn huge and it's not you can't finish it. It's just ridiculously complex. I ended up finishing it like 8 days, something like that, because I literally had nothing
Nice.
else to do.
Nice.
And
I remember I went to see
Bragging
him.
points, Shams.
no,
Well done.
no, I was so into it. I got
But this
so
is from
into
from
it.
the beginning when he stopped going to work. This is not like after full lockdown.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I used to go to his house and like we'll go walk, and then like the second I walk in, he has a book with him.
Mm.
Closes the book, puts it down, goes. We come back.
Yeah.
What does Shamsi do when you're talking to him? Grabs a book and ignores the shit out of you.
Exactly, yeah. In front of the fireplace with the blanket. Yeah, that's what he does.
In
And
the
you walk
rocking
up there
chair.
like, you're here again. Let's go for a walk.
Oh,
young
no,
man.
it's more like, oh, you're still here.
Yeah.
Bro, I got
Let's
into
go to the garden.
I got into a remodeling phase. I literally remodeled the house. I'm like, yo,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
bored
I
of this.
remember that.
I need to create an office. I went and I started robbing people's, furniture.
Let's not forget, it was also very educational for you. You figured out that UTV can play, what's the name?
Spotify.
YouTube and
Nice.
Spotify.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
yeah.
He figured out that, I can actually play my music on TV.
Like, I don't need to go buy a speaker, even though I did buy a speaker.
Even though you went to buy a speaker.
Because the speaker is useful.
Uh,
But, I managed to make it through.
Dude, I
Uh,
remember you trying to convince us you're working out. That was fucking hilarious.
I
That was
was
awesome.
working out.
Yeah,
You
you
was-
were
walking.
No, you were walking
You
out.
were walking.
Walking out.
You were walking.
Yes.
Okay.
You were not jogging.
Like
you
a
were not
grandma.
running. You were walking.
There were steps involved. I was going up and down steps.
How many steps? Thank you very much.
You know?
First off,
Appreciate it. Singles.
first off, like the
Yes.
square that he walks, what is it? Around like 600, 700 meters?
Maybe.
That's within his room, I assume.
I
No, no,
don't-
no.
as
I'm
well.
talking about the farm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the farm. I think like the whole square, walking it around is on like 600, 700 meters.
Yeah,
So you do that for like what, like 45 minutes?
give or take.
Yeah, give or take. And then you walk inside. You walk in some more stairs.
Yeah. I
And-
just wanted to move, bro. I
And,
just,
and
I,
burn a half a calorie.
I just wanted,
Yeah.
honestly, when it first
fry.
started,
Like, oh, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I think we're
Okay,
done.
Sweat?
Yeah.
Exactly. I think we're done. Like, I think it's time to go back inside. No, but when it first started, like I was still doing my regular schedule of just like sleeping late and waking up later and just like not having any daylight.
Okay,
no, but
you make
no,
it sound like that never changed, Shamsi.
No, but it actually did.
That was you before quarantine, during quarantine, and after
No,
quarantine.
During quarantine, I actually started like going to sleep by, let's say, 10, 11 p.m. and waking up around 9, 10 p.m.
Do you know why, Shamsi?
Because I wanted sunlight.
No. I can tell you why. See, he doesn't remember. He thinks of the positivity he makes up. Okay. Do you know why?
Why?
Because we had limited hours to go out, and he had things to go do.
True.
That's what. See,
Ah,
see, I'm
there
telling
you
you, I
go.
know this
That
fool.
is also true.
Yeah.
That is also
Look,
true.
I lived through his walking phase, his yoga phase. Tayyip. Yeah, tell him about the yoga phase. Go ahead, bro. Tell him.
there was a yoga phase.
Go, get up.
It-
Show the guys downward dog.
It shall,
Go, come on.
It shall live
Show us.
forever within me.
Show us the warrior pose.
Can we just go back? To
No,
what
no,
else-
we want the warrior pose. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm just looking at basically what else happened. In April.
Look at the
So
escape.
April lasted forever. April lasted forever
Yeah,
because
that
full
felt like
April
forever.
was full lockdown. Like the whole month of April was lockdown. Other things that happened in April.
Wait. April. Let's not forget. Netflix. That's when the love of Netflix came out of nowhere for a lot of people.
Because everybody
Because
was
they
on
had
lockdown.
nothing to do.
And people started playing Kero.
Yes.
Exactly. And the grandma cracked her knuckles. She came out of retirement.
What was that dumbass show with the tigers?
Tiger
Tiger
King.
Tiger
King.
King.
Tiger
There we
King
go.
was
Yeah.
the shit,
Yeah.
dude. I remember that.
Really?
I loved it.
Was
It was
I
so
loved it.
dumb. Okay, that
Yes.
people actually had to watch.
Talk about good
We
timing.
were all sitting down inside and
Okay.
we had to watch everything globally.
I did not watch.
As a
Globally,
unit.
exactly.
I did not watch
Yes.
Tiger King.
I think you were reading book number 95 or 96 at that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I don't think you need to. Yeah.
Really? I'm,
Yeah.
I'm
No, no, no.
glad that you told me
No,
that.
no,
Yeah, it
We'll
was a
tell
part
you
of the
again.
time,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. If you missed that, like it's all good.
It was
Yeah.
a period of time that I missed out on.
It was a
Okay.
capsule.
It was
Yeah, it's a capsule.
like so many other things I've missed out on.
Yes.
Okay, Saudi actually donated 500 million to WHO in April.
This was in April?
April.
Mm.
500 million donation for epidemic preparedness, vaccines, and like other international regional programs. So we put our foot into the whole
Early.
COVID race very early on. The
Like
oil-
the amount of things that we were early on and we took so serious needs to be recognized and applauded.
acknowledged.
Definitely.
Acknowledged is the just a small little thing that we
Exactly.
want from it.
Oil
We need
crisis.
more.
Oil crisis was resolved midway through April. Like we figured out, okay, now is not the time to have this this disagreement.
How long did it last? Was it for a month?
Like a month, like a good month.
Oh, it was a long
Yeah, it
month.
was bro. If you don't remember, oil went into the negative. Remember that?
Yeah, something to the negative. Yeah.
You know
Was
what
it
that even
negative
means?
40 or something?
Like you don't have to buy the oil.
They'll
They will
pay
pay
you.
you to come and take the oil from them.
God.
Like we have so much, we will pay you $40 just to come and
Wow.
take this damn barrel. That's how bad it
Wow.
got.
Yeah,
And I think that was the first. That never happened before.
that never happened
Yeah,
before.
like 40.
That kind of crash
And it got to $40. Got to
Wow.
40.
got to negative.
Negative, yeah, negative.
Yes.
Yeah, so negative, which is for negative 40. And last but not least, the Pentagon releases videos of unidentified aerial phenomena.
Yeah, let's distract these fools real quick.
Yeah,
It's like,
Yeah.
no, it's not about distraction. Like,
Let's distract them. Yo, there's aliens. Go ahead, go look at it.
Just in case y'all were worried about COVID, by the way, there's
Yeah,
aliens too.
keep in mind the U.S. was not on lockdown,
not yet.
so they're
yeah.
giving you anything
Not yet.
to keep you busy.
No, but I think at that point they saw that everybody was busy and distracted. Everybody else, okay, we'll just split this out and just nobody will know.
Did you guys watch the video?
Watch. Do you remember? Was Bob
did.
Lazar? Was it in 2020 or 2019?
No, I think it's 2020.
If
I'm
it was
not sure.
2020,
Yeah, I
it was
think so.
around the same time then.
Maybe, yeah.
Wasn't it also around February when they want to storm Area 51?
With the Naruto run.
Yes.
Nerds.
Naruto run.
Yes.
I don't remember that one. Yeah, I remember. I don't remember when.
Because I think they were all around the same time.
Dude,
Your
I
pe-
am
your
bad
people,
at
Turkey.
dates.
We're all
I'm
stuck at
bad.
dates. What are you talking about?
No, but see, we're talking about your people.
The nerds?
Yeah.
The nerds.
Not those nerds.
No, not those
I'm
ones.
sorry, not the
No.
anime nerds.
Now you back up the dweebs.
Yeah.
Like I follow the comic book nerds.
Nerd,
Yes.
me, no.
I am part of the geeks, not the freaks. Thank you very much.
Hey!
That's an old-
Go
that's an-
ahead.
that's an old school
Yeah,
I
reference.
do
that's it,
be
that's
freak
it. Go
sometimes,
ahead.
though. That's something else, though.
Oh, geeky freaky.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay, so there's a show. Check it out, Geeks and Freaks. It's awesome.
No, don't.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay, so UFOs. Do we believe the UFOs?
Do
Did
we
you-
believe?
Yeah.
Did you watch the video?
I did.
Is it a UFO?
No.
It felt like a bug on
Okay,
the camera.
a
To
U-
me. To me. I don't know. But I would, like, if scientists say it's a UFO, okay, sure.
Scientists didn't say
They
shit.
didn't say
No one
it's a
said
UFO. It's they said it's a.
Hold on. This was a footage that was already out. They just
Yes.
released it
Yeah,
again.
They confirmed it.
They
They
just
just get
confirmed
that.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
So they called it an unidentified aerial phenomena.
Yeah. To stick away from
UAF?
UFO.
Yeah. So you know what UFO stands for?
You'd be unidentified flying object. Yeah, that's
okay.
what it is. Yeah.
So
But what UAF doesn't make any sense.
UAP.
UAP
Phenomena.
phenomena.
You uneducated swine.
Phenomena. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that
It's
happened.
phenomena, not phenomena.
يا ما عليك يا ابني.
It works. It
What
works.
the
It
Yo,
rhymes.
what is this?
I didn't know how to spell phenomena until I did.
I feel like
I
phenomena.
forgot what Sesame Street was all about.
Oh my God, Turks is so street.
It wasn't
Okay.
even
Sesame
Street.
Street.
So
It was
actually,
Muppets.
you know,
I
that,
know.
that actually made sense. So the Pentagon announcing UFOs at the end of April actually makes sense because the beginning of May we had the first ever alien born on Earth. You know,
Again,
it's-
champs you with the
Okay.
deliveries.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, Elon Musk birthed an alien called XAE-A12.
There's no equal in
There-
anywhere in there.
There's no equal.
Well,
There's just,
XAE.
there's a letter called AE. I can't spell this letter. I don't know how to pronounce this letter.
I know how it looks like.
Yes,
Yeah.
it looks like a.
Man, you have all the
He
words you
has
can't
an
pronounce.
E.
These are letters
has
I'm
an
not
A.
familiar with.
Okay, what is his name?
XAE-12.
That's not his name.
That's the kid's name.
That's the.
That's the kid's name.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Say his name.
Yo,
This is why I don't allow you to say stupid shit.
XA12.
that's his name.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
There's a pronunciation.
There's
I
no
call him
Yes.
X. I don't know.
I
about
totally
you.
forgot what it was, to be honest.
Okay,
I don't-
I remember.
I'd
Thank
like
you
it-
very much for
Let's
Yeah.
look this up. Let's look this up.
XAE
12. How to pronounce
Elon Musk's son's name.
Elon Musk alien baby. That's literally what I'm
The
looking
SpaceX child.
It's like what? What?
Like no spaces. Okay, how to pronounce Elon Musk alien baby name? Shit. Okay, he's gonna need to play the sound.
Play the sound.
Go ahead.
If you're like me, okay.
If you're like me.
it's pronounced XAE-A12.
Yes.
AE is Ash.
I don't know.
Yes. Can you break it down? There's a breakdown to it, by the way.
Sashov.
Yeah, it's not just like letters. There's a breakdown to it.
Okay, break
Of
down.
course, yeah. He's a nerd. He's
One
gonna do
is
that.
a-
Okay, based on Archangel 12, the precursor to their favorite aircraft SR-71.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See, I told you, you have no clue what you're talking
Okay,
about.
wait.
Go to the breakdown.
X, the unknown variable.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. AE, my elven spelling of AI.
Yes.
Okay. AI,
Wow.
which means love and or artificial intelligence.
Mm.
Okay, they are the same thing. A12, precursor to the SR-17, our favorite aircraft.
Mm.
No weapons, no defenses. Just speed.
He should put D for these nuts also.
Okay,
Right.
okay, no wait. Just speed. Great in battle, but
what
not,
type of speed?
but non-violent. White heart.
Oh, you'll never give me a heart. Everything like that.
A Archangel, my favorite song. X Metal Rat. The fuck are these people on, man?
Exactly.
Like for real, what are they on?
He
What-
just birthed the villain, basically.
That's
I
the
don't
thing.
know what
Like
that is.
his whiteness is too white, so that's what you get when you go too white.
So the origin story.
Never go too white.
Okay, so the super villain, the chilling villain, super
The
villain,
chilling villain.
the chilling villain origin story just writes itself.
Yes.
Basically, that's what it is.
This dude's a crackhead.
Man,
This dude has done too much acid.
So what he also ended up doing was he launched the first commercial spacecraft, taking 2 people to the International Space Station.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
one.
that was a feat.
That was in May. That was in the start of May.
That's gonna change the whole industry.
I think it already is.
Yeah. No,
That's
I
what
think
the guy
when,
does.
what's that?
Changing the industries. That's what he does, basically.
Like he comes into your industry, he fucks it up, and he walks out. That's
No, we
basically-
had an argument, me and Shamsi, about why are all these billionaires trying to get to space.
Oh, no, that's not what I'm talking about, but go ahead.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Elon Musk. He just goes into any industry and like he pokes. He
He's
goes,
a-
why not like this? And then the
Well,
whole
well-
industry goes like, oh, okay, we'll do it that way then.
Why not?
Yes,
Like
that's
this.
what he did with the
No,
cars.
no. That's not
Yes.
Oh my god! It's a
like he
great-
sees.
does-
No, he sees a gap in the market and he takes it.
No, but-
Exactly. But
Well-
not for the. I don't think he wants to. Okay, he wants to profit, yes, but
Definitely.
But at the end of the
Talking
day,
about-
what he's doing is he's shifting any industry he goes into.
Yeah, but-
oh,
but-
there's
but he's
this
not.
way you can
He's
do
not.
it.
He's not
The-
shifting it in a negative way.
No,
there's
no,
a goal
We're
why
talking
he's trying to
about-
shift
we're
it.
not
In a
talking
good
about
way.
negative.
Yeah.
In a good way. Look at the amount of electric cars that are gonna come out within the next 2 years. Because
No, not great enough.
Of
Next
Tesla.
2 years, the next 2 years, if you want to buy a car that's electric, fully electric, you need to pump your brakes
look
for a
at
minute.
all the car manufacturers that are putting research into electric cars.
He's a disruptor, Turkey.
Yes.
That's what.
Yeah,
he
but
is.
he didn't disrupt really. It's a direction that they were all gonna go, but none of them know how to do it.
Yeah, but he kind of really sped up the process
Yes, exactly.
in a sense.
Yeah, but if it wasn't him, someone else would have done it.
sure.
The same
But-
thing.
But he did it.
And I would rather have it someone else other than GM and everybody else
Sure,
who I already don't trust.
I agree. I love the guy for his batshit crazy.
I do not love the
insane
guy, but I
stuff.
keep going.
No, I love him for the way he is able to come up with a product and just throw it to the market, and he's just such a good publicity / marketing
Really?
/ innovation guy.
Go ask Bolivia how they feel.
Different subject.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What else happened? What else happened in May? What else happened in May?
Why do billionaires want to go to space?
Bolivia,
Oh,
the
so
country.
no, he's talking about space.
Okay.
I have an argument with him
Yeah.
that the reason why all these billionaires are going to space is because not space is like this new thing that we want to explore. No, there's some sort of profit for them to make.
It's all
So-
about the dollar bill.
So,
Oh.
in my opinion, I think SpaceX will in the future is going to be a logistics company, which I think is already a logistics company
Oh,
for NASA
interesting.
right now.
It is a
Interesting.
logistics
So
company
think
for
about it
NASA.
this way: so they launch the rocket and it comes back down, right?
Yep.
So let's say I have to send an urgent shipment to the China Sea.
Mhm.
How do I get there real quick? If I take it by boat, if I take it by plane, how much is that going to cost?
Launch it into space, wait for the Earth to spin, and go down again.
Exactly.
Wow.
Couple of seconds. I go up, then come back down. You get it within a couple of minutes.
Nice.
So wouldn't you pay more to get your stuff there faster?
That makes sense.
So
That makes
I
sense.
think this is
Logistics
the
makes sense.
direction. And he was telling me, no, people want to fly next to the what's the name?
Cislunar. They want to do cislunar flights
I was like,
around the moon and
that's
come back.
What is
bullshit.
cislunar?
They go. It's a week-long flight basically where you just go to the moon, you fly, you go to the backside of the moon, you come back
Why is it called cis?
because it goes around the lunar atmosphere.
Okay.
Science terms.
That's
terms.
trash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're telling me to sit in a little pod next to other people for 5 days, looking at space and the moon.
If we're talking
That
about
is not the goal.
They wanna-
space tourism would be another international space station that is like for tourists only that you can go to,
That is fantastic.
chill over there,
as hell.
have an Earth view room,
Okay.
and
A zero-
or a sun view room if you want to get toasted
A zero G pool where you just like dive into a sphere of water.
and drown.
Well, no, you could just like
What
stick
you,
out of
you,
it.
you want to have like a bubble
stick
around
out
you?
of, stick out of it. Basically,
This is why we're not in the space tourism industry, Shamsi, because
You know,
we
actually-
don't know what the hell we're talking about.
I actually wrote a paper about that once. upon a
What,
time.
seriously?
Yeah.
Space tourism.
Yeah.
That's our next episode.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
You better find that paper.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
will,
better find that
actually.
paper because I want to trash you.
Okay.
What
All
else
right, let's go.
happened?
Let's go.
What else
Okay,
happened?
So May. What else happened in May?
We're still in May, you guys.
I know, right?
Okay, it's a long ass year. Saleh Kamel passed away. Allah
Allah
yarhamah.
yarhamah.
Who?
Salah Kamel.
I'm not from who.
You want me to go? You want me to
Go
start?
ahead.
Okay. Obviously, you know nothing about
No,
him.
Saleh Kamel is one of the richest people in Saudi and in the Arab world generally. He is the guy that started ART and
Ooh,
launched ART and owned
okay.
ART.
Okay.
He is also a massive businessman who has interests in so many different
Exactly.
fields.
Basically.
For example,
No, I'm not going to mention that. I'm not going to go through his
like
history of all
ART,
his businesses.
Okay.
But
he
he was a great
wig.
guy who pushed a lot of things forward.
MashaAllah.
And Allah yarhamah, that's all we
Allah
can say.
yarhamah.
Yeah.
what else happened in May? So actually, Masajid reopened at the end of May, May 31st. So for the first time in 2 months, from March till May, Masajid reopened.
But limited capacity also.
Limited capacity.
And what's the name?
And not in
Distancing.
and not in
Mm.
Mecca.
Yeah.
Not in
And you
Mecca.
bring your own rug and everything.
Yeah.
Except Mecca, right? Mecca
Except
was still.
Mecca was still closed. The biggest thing I think that happened in May was like at the end of May, you had the whole George Floyd thing happening in the States. And then like the whole BLM protests took off. It was not just in the States. It exploded. It was like a spark, basically exploded around the world. It went on for much longer in the States than it did in other places. But you did see like you saw a lot of people who kind of sympathized, a lot of people who felt like they had the same problem with police
And a lot of people who
brutality.
had agendas.
And a lot of people who just like really wanted an excuse to fuck shit up. I guess, but it was a movement. It went on for a good while in the States, but that's when it started. It started at the end of May. When June kicked in, what happened in June? So June, we had an oil spill. Russia had like one of their biggest natural disasters. There was a huge oil spill in the Arctic Circle in Russia next to Siberia. And the more important thing that happened in June, the curfew was lifted finally.
Alhamdulillah.
June 21st, we were finally
After
able to-
Ramadan, after Eid.
After Eid, after Ramadan, there was an extra, I think, lockdown during Eid. Like
Yeah.
people weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
because people are going to go crazy, man.
Yeah.
There was
People
no
wanted-
curfew. It was I think it was like full lockdown.
Full
correct?
lockdown. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was full
Full
lockdown
lockdown,
during Eid.
Yeah. One of the things I forgot to mention actually was the start of May. My parents, alhamdulillah, they made it back to
Alhamdulillah.
Saudi.
Alhamdulillah.
They ended up spending a week in a hotel to quarantine, 2 weeks actually in a hotel to quarantine. And then, like, alhamdulillah, they came back home. So it was like 2 months of them being stuck. But alhamdulillah, they made it back home at the beginning of Ramadan and, like, khalas, like, the whole family was together again. So June comes around, Eid comes around, curfew.
Weird Ramadan, weird Eid,
Yo,
Mm.
it
weird
was-
Ashar Awakhir.
It was all off.
It was
very
all
off.
weird.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
celebrating Eid. That was. What do you mean?
and not just that, like,
No, we celebrated. We celebrated differently. I mean, we had like I don't know about you guys, but we had like the whole family in the house kind of had
wearing
a
masks.
tiny event, like between us 5 or 6, and then like FaceTime.
Hello.
And
That's not what I meant. I meant usually when we have Eid, what is it?
it's totally
It's a-
different.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We didn't have the thing that we already
Yeah.
know what it is.
We celebrated for about 3 hours.
Because it's not just about your house, it's about the whole family.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
But us coming out of lockdown, honestly, that felt awesome. Like finally طلع اقدر اشوف الشارع وين like وحشني الشارع وحشني اقسم بالله وحشني البقاله وحشتني.
Sham, she didn't shave. It was a bush.
Remember that?
I remember.
I
that,
protested.
yeah.
Like, okay, if there's not gonna be no barbers around, like there's
I'm
gonna
not
be-
going to shave.
Yeah, there's gonna be no. I actually
Okay, as an
made,
excuse, but let's go.
I made it through Eid. Like I managed to pass Eid without
Mashallah.
shaving. And the only reason I decided to shave, I was like, okay, I need to go back to work. Like when they sent that email,
Mhm.
like, yo, we miss you.
His family came out of quarantine after being stuck in London,
Mm.
all manicured, shaved, and ready to go home. And they go to this face. Sitting at home like a bush.
If you see the picture of us, like as soon as we got in the car, there's like the
Yes.
beard.
It's like he was released out of prison.
You were quarantined? Who was quarantined?
Honestly, I just took it as an opportunity. Like,
And
it was-
he's a lazy, man. He's lazy. Oh, I can't shave. Okay, let me see how it looks like.
exactly. It was-
You already know how it looks like. You
That's
had
a
a
good
huge fro.
opportunity, yeah.
Okay, I had a fro. I never had a,
You did it during college, bro. I remember that nasty
it
beard.
wasn't that bad.
It was nasty.
It
It
wasn't
was,
that
Still your
dirty.
contact picture,
Okay.
Shamsi. I'm just letting you know.
Of course, now y'all see this beautiful beard,
The ugliness came down.
very
Yeah.
trimmed.
All right, what happened?
Toned down.
Please tell me we're in July.
Okay, July. July 1st, 15% VAT comes into effect.
That was a kick in the face.
Yep. And
That was a kick in the face.
that reminds me of the week before July 1st when literally everybody was shopping for everything.
Oh yeah.
Cars, houses, furniture, pets, people were buying things left and right. Like, no, I'm not kidding. Like, I remember going out to the mall to grab a few things and it was intense. It was crazy. Like, nobody wanted to get caught up for the
People are shopping for clothes.
Yes.
like it's gonna go
Like,
out,
bro, you're not going
Yeah,
anywhere.
like by the time you get out of quarantine, it won't matter.
But question: did you guys not do any retail therapy during lockdown? During those 2 months, those prior
Nah.
2 months?
I was shopping for like groceries. That's it. I'm
That's
getting
it. That was
everything
basically
delivered.
essentials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Essentials.
No, but a lot of people like they went online and they started buying things just as like a way to freaking cope with
Yeah.
not being able
Yeah,
to leave
yeah,
the
yeah.
house.
Well,
I saw that as stupid,
That's
honestly.
I was buying the equipment for this. Do you remember how we got stuck?
Yeah. The
Oh, yeah,
Jamaica,
everything
Yeah.
customs got
Not
fucked
the
up.
customs. It was the shipping companies.
They're like, yeah, we don't have any flights.
No, shipping companies. They had, because remember when they did the lockdown,
Yeah.
and then people had to go back to work. The shipping companies, they were a limited capacity.
Okay.
So you're asking 10 people to handle 10,000 packages a day.
Mm.
Yikes.
So the pushback and the delay was ridiculous. I remember some of our equipment I was waiting for like, I think after it arrived, I think it took a month and a half to get it out.
Bro, I remember like from the zahma of the capacity going to extra, we had like an oven breakdown at the house, and we're like, "Yo, we need somebody to come over and fix this." Like, yeah, that's not gonna happen anytime soon.
Mm.
We suggest you buy another oven.
I have a washer dryer that broke the second week I got it, and we went to quarantine. Until now, they haven't fixed it.
Damn. Yeah, I don't think you should still be waiting, bro.
I'm gonna kill someone.
Like, I'm just saying, I don't think you should still be waiting. But what happened in July was actually more interesting. You remember the Bitcoin scam?
Yes.
Yeah, that happened in July.
No, let's go.
Okay.
What
Let's
Bitcoin
go.
scam?
So do you not know anything about this?
No.
July 15,
Simplify it.
July 15, you open Twitter.
Yeah.
What do you see? Bill Gates. Hey, send me all your Bitcoins and I'll double it. Elon Musk. Hey, send me all your Bitcoins and I'll double it. Hey,
Tim Apple.
Tim Cook, Apple. Hey, send me all your Bitcoins and I'll double it.
Sounds very
Fishy,
shady.
right?
Mm.
But they're
Obama.
all doing it, right? So it must be a campaign. It must be something that's organized or a charity drive or something. People started sending Bitcoins. 3 hours
No,
later.
people start putting money.
Yeah.
Not
Basically,
sending bitcoins. They're putting money.
putting money
There's a
on
difference. They're buying.
buying Bitcoins
Yes.
in order to send it to them in order to get more Bitcoins.
Mm.
Okay. 3 hours later, Twitter. Hey.
3 hours Twitter.
3 hours later, Twitter. Hey. So by the way, we got hacked.
Yep.
So y'all should stop sending
Yeah.
Bitcoins to anybody.
The crazy thing about all of this is that people just looked at it as the Bitcoin hack. All right. The way I looked at it, if all those people
Got hacked at the
got
same
hacked same time and the message was different.
It was a little bit different. It was a little
No. I'm talking about, imagine the message was cause chaos.
Okay. If they wanted to actually like mess
Yes. So these people wanted money. They just wanted money.
around. Yeah. And they
But-
got money.
And they got money. But imagine if the message was different. If
Bro.
the messaging was go do this to that.
So when it first happened, it was around 130 accounts. Okay, 130 like big famous
Wow.
accounts of famous people or big companies or whatever that were hacked. Basically, they didn't really know what was going on. They realized a couple of days later that $110,000 in bitcoins were sent to the different accounts that they had set up.
Wow.
They started looking into it. They realized that Elon Musk, Obama, Joe Biden, Bill Gates, Jeff
Bezos.
Bezos,
Bezos.
Bloomberg, Warren Buffett, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, Apple,
Say Warren
Uber.
Buffet. Did he just say Warren Buffet?
Yeah. Isn't it?
Buffett. Go ahead.
Warren Buffett.
Okay.
Warren Buffett.
We were just talking about this, Shamsi.
It's written down as buffet.
Yes.
I have all the words.
Exactly.
I know all the words.
They are the best words.
Doom, doom, touch.
Okay.
You dumbass.
So basically,
oh my god.
So basically, when they started breaking it down, they called it a smash and grab. The way they did it was they paid insiders at Twitter to access an admin agent tool and send it to them. So
Mhm.
they had somebody on side, basically.
Would you like me to tell you something about that?
Yeah,
I call bullshit.
that's what they said.
I call
Okay.
bullshit.
So basically, there's something called agent tool. Okay, how did they manage to get it? The hacker group, they hacked the Slack account used by Twitter employees.
So what they did basically, if you call customer service at Twitter and you discuss anything, you give them your username, they have a huge access to what's available. They can go through your messages, they can do whatever they want to do through that system. What these guys did, they got into that system. And they just go put Obama, they put their message, you
so
put send.
It's the system that's used by Twitter employees.
Exactly.
And how did they gain access to that system? They did a sphere phishing attack. You know what that is? Like you're calling somebody and you're telling them, "Hey, I got locked out of my account.
How hackers used to do with Amazon.
So social engineering, basically. You call up customer service. Hey, I got locked out of my account. They're asking you for a birthday or your mother's maiden name or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and you give them that information. They give you access to the account. You're in automatically. So a couple of days later, they realized that the people that did this were 19-year-olds, a 19-year-old, a 70-year-old, a 17-year-old, and an 18-year-old. All of them were based in Florida. 17-year-old, bro.
Wow.
Literally jumped on, hit Twitter, and he. But so
See, now you told me they told you two different stories. One story was they paid employees. The other story is they hacked.
so what they said was.
So those are different things.
So what they said was.
What Twitter did after, I don't know if
Yeah,
Twitter
man.
announced this or not.
I'm just saying what they said was they hacked lower level employees in order to be able to social engineer higher level.
So it didn't pay
employees.
nobody.
Apparently not.
See?
Yeah.
Go back to my point of calling them bullshit. At the same time, after that, Twitter made what's the name? The customer service employees, they can't have that access anymore.
Access to people's accounts.
Yeah, to that much access,
Okay.
not anymore.
Bro, the whole thing lasted for 3 hours. I remember like people on Twitter going crazy. Like, what the fuck
This is
going on?
not a 16, 17, 18-year-olds just doing something so dumb and getting that far when there's people actually trying to hack the fuck out of Twitter and they can't get in.
Well,
I don't buy it.
When it comes to social engineering, I think, and when it comes to you just being a troll and
So you
wanting
mean these little kids are smarter than all the Chinese kids that have been trying to hack everything in this world?
No, I think these kids, they used like a method in order to troll. rather
That
than to
method has been
damage.
going on with Amazon for years. Anyway, I don't want to take a long time on the
Okay.
subject.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
let's
that
move on.
it's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay, but
we can
it's
go
very
on.
interesting. It's actually really interesting. Last thing, and that happens in July. Hajj actually happened in July. A lot of people thought the Hajj wouldn't happen in Saudi, but it did happen with 1,000 people. It was very limited. It was very small. It was very contained,
Very controlled
very controlled, socially distanced, and very local.
and
Didn't
safe.
have any international visitors.
No, you're wrong.
No,
The
did
Hajj,
Yeah,
I
had
think-
no locals, had all international visitors.
No, what I remember was nobody came in from abroad, but the people that actually went to
Yeah,
Hajj.
it's locals. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
so
I
people
got you.
were
who were
based-
living locally.
Yeah, people who were based in Saudi. That was the end of July. Khalas, life is back to normal. Tenet launched at the start of August. So that
Oh
was
yay.
the one good movie that we thought we would see this year. It was a pretty good movie. No other good movies came out.
Unfortunately flopped.
Unfortunately, it flopped because I think it flopped in the States, but internationally it made good
No,
money.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but either way, once everyone saw the numbers that Tenant
in the States.
could get, everybody pushed their movies.
Yeah.
Like, nope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I,
today.
think, I agree with that. Like Hollywood realized that if Christopher Nolan can deliver a movie this big, and I think they had like a 200 million budget, they were expecting 400 million returns minimum. They ended up making 210 internationally. In the States, it was less than like 50, some stupid like that, because
Ex-
nobody was going to movies in the States.
Exactly. Yes.
And that's what made like the James Bond, all the big Marvel movies. just
Everything got pushed.
got
Yeah.
pushed.
We talked about this
We
before.
talked
yeah,
about
let's
this.
go.
So yeah, so that was in the August. What
We're not gonna talk about my birthday in August.
happy
I spent it
birthday,
alone.
Turks.
At home. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Okay, else moving on.
I was coming in for the kill. But I'm glad
God, عشان كده قفلت.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Chadwick Boseman, Boseman passed
Yeah.
away
Passed away.
actually, and at the end of August, people were really surprised by that. Nobody knew that he was sick.
It's because he was sick without telling anybody. He made movies at the
Exactly.
time of him was very, very
For a
sick.
good
Yeah.
4 or 5
So
years.
yeah, it shows his dedication and his hard work on his last days.
And like it's honestly like he's a great actor. I think the movies that he ended up releasing at that period of his time of his life were great movies.
Also very charitable, dude.
Very charitable dude,
Yeah.
very nice dude. Black Panther, like the fact that that's the first movie that people actually saw in Saudi. I think people are gonna remember that for a long time
Oh yeah, true.
because it resonated. It made sense, as that movie. What else happened in August? There was wildfires in California, so wildfires were happening all around the world.
Again,
Yeah, again. So it finished July. It finished in or not July, May or March. It finished in Australia, and then it started again in July in California. And this time in California, it was much bigger than anybody expected. You remember the photos?
yes, I remember
Like,
the
again,
photos. Americans are jealous. Like, no, we have to do something big. We have to go big on this one.
Nicer. We will do nicer.
No, we'll do worse.
Wildfire.
We want more damage. How you
Uh,
gonna take damage away from us?
One more surprising thing that happened in August: United Arab Emirates and Israel announced the normalization agreement.
Yep.
Nobody saw that coming. Nobody expected that. That was a big surprise. September. What happened in September? Not a lot of things happened in September.
Good.
Wow.
Good.
Okay. So start of September, we had the Saudi Film Festival in Ithra. September 10th, Saudi was elected to the UNESCO Intangible Heritage Community.
Yeah.
That was I think that was a big move.
Mm.
September 11th, Bahrain and Israel announced their normalization agreement. Nobody saw that coming as well. September 15th, finally, limited airport access was opened in Saudi. Like people who were trapped abroad for
People's families who need to come back and stuff like
Exactly.
that.
Oh yeah.
Except like, but during quarantine, we
Students.
forgot to talk. During quarantine, if you're Saudi, you want to come back, you could come back.
a lot of people did.
Yeah,
Easy,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, the country made that very, very simple for everybody to come back home.
They had, I think, a channel open on their Ministry of Foreign Affairs website. You could go sign up, and basically they'll tell you, "Hey, we'll let you know. we'll let you know. There's a lot of people. We need to get everybody back." So
Yeah, but a lot of people were not stuck for that long. I think
Yeah.
maximum like 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. It was we'll let you know,
Depend-
but we're letting know like
but
bad
it depends on the place. Like because my parents were stuck in London. London had a shitload of Saudis, so it took them a good
Yeah.
2 months to make it back. People, I think in DC, like hotspots of Saudis, I think had to wait longer, like in other
But
destinations.
if I'm not mistaken, they had to quarantine them there and then come back, quarantine them here
if,
again.
if they didn't have any accommodation, they provided them with accommodation.
Yeah.
Five-star hotels,
Yeah, definitely.
5-star and 4-star hotels for everybody.
Yes,
Full meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
exactly.
If you had your own place, then good for you. We'll let you know after the people who are in hotels are done,
exactly.
because we're spending money on these people. We need to get these people home first,
Mhm.
and after we're done, like we'll let you guys know. So
That was September 15th.
September, okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
I was just looking at the month. Okay, September. That happened in September. October started off with Umrah. Umrah comes back at the beginning of October. They
Mm.
also very limited.
Umrati, what was it called?
Tamarna.
Atamarna.
Tamarna application. We thought that they could do much better with that name.
I thought it was a good one.
Yeah, I didn't like the way it was written in English. It was
Yeah, Tamarna.
Next,
Tamarna.
Mujamsi.
Okay.
Next.
Umrah comes back. Bandar bin Sultan dropped a bombshell of an interview
Yes.
on Al Arabiya.
Yes,
That was awesome.
That was an amazing interview. Anyone who did not watch that interview, you need to really go back and watch that interview.
It's a good
It was
three-parter.
very insightful.
Very insightful, a lot of background history, and like man,
Transparency.
mashallah, Bandar bin Sultan, the amount of background and history that he has and he can offer is honestly is just a national treasure.
It was 3 parts, and it felt like it was just a drop.
Bro, he played it, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to watch this right now. Like, I'm not in the mood to watch something. He's like, yo,
Mhm.
sit down. And 3 hours later, I'm like, I'm like,
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Yes, exactly.
Literally, that was it. Literally.
Like, at first, he's like, sitting down there, he's like, oh.
Yeah.
And then, like, by like halfway of the first episode, he's like, idiots.
Yeah,
You know how Champsy does, like, a commentary when he's watching something?
yeah.
He has to say words.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, those idiots. Oh, how could they not? Oh my God, how many chances did they get?
Mhm.
What is- no, because honestly, like when you get the background and you see some of the stories that they don't really make it out in the press or out of the news or
Yes.
even in the history books,
Yeah.
you realize that, oh shit, like fuck's sake.
You do not understand how this government going all the way back, how it cared about handling business discreetly for you and for us.
Yeah.
ما بفضح فهد.
Mm.
Your piece is very important to me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to help you as much as I can, and I'm not going to announce that I'm helping you. There's one part when he talks about how Malik Fahad took the heat for Palestine
With
and had the
Lincoln.
US angry at him rather than have the US angry at Palestine. That's an amazing
Wow.
It's
story.
fascinating. It's awesome.
It's amazing. It was packed with amazing stories of things that we never heard.
Like for real, check it out, Dirks.
You
Okay,
have
yeah,
to.
check
You
it out.
have to.
Definitely have.
Yeah, it's you'll find it on Al Arabiya's channel. I think the first 2 episodes are on Al Arabiya, then the 3rd episode's on Al Arabiya English.
Get some
If I remember
education,
correctly.
Turks.
I need it.
So you have to.
I know,
I think it's 2 hours and a half or 2 hours and 40
It's-
minutes.
No, but for real, it's very eye opening.
It's amazing. Amazing.
MISC had their 5th global forum in October as well. It was obviously held online because of everything going on. But interestingly, it was called the ripple effect. I like that. They were basically talking about the butterfly effect, like how small actions by small people can, snowball into bigger and bigger and bigger actions that can actually affect everybody. So it was interesting. Like I've always liked MISC's initiatives. I've attended actually the global forum last year. This year I checked out a couple of talks. It was pretty interesting. So,
Hmm.
hopefully they can keep going. Sudan announced normalization with Israel. That also happened at the end of October. Biggest thing in October, Lakers finally winning the NBA finals again. LeBron finally succeeding with the Lakers.
I'm gonna ask you a question, the same thing that I asked you about the Champions League.
What?
Would you put an asterisk around it?
Interesting question.
because it was in a
Uh,
bubble. They closed them down all down in Disney. They were not allowed to go outside. They just come from their rooms, they play, they practice, and they go back to their rooms.
I wouldn't put it as an
They
asterisk.
got to live in Disney.
Yeah.
Damn.
Disney
Yeah.
World.
Yeah, they would not hang around in Disney
Oh.
World. No, they were stuck in a hotel. They just go, they
They
play,
couldn't
and they
go
come
on the
back.
rights.
Yeah, nothing. Everything was closed.
Like everybody had their own like space on their own.
Which
basically.
currency did they use?
That's a good question. That's a good.
sorry.
Disney made some money.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Oh,
it
it's
made-
the Mickey
it's a lot of
dollars.
money.
Yeah, is that Mickey Dollar? Oh,
No, but I wouldn't put an asterisk because like the Champions League, what happened different? They changed the format of the competition. So instead of double legs, it was single legs. Instead of home and away, it was like a neutral location. Here, you also didn't have home and away, but you still kept the same format of a 7-game series. So I think it makes it more normal, more closer to the regular state of
but at the
affairs.
same time, you have no pressure of fans. You have no pressure of stadiums.
True.
No pressure of traveling from one side to another.
That
You don't
applies
have
to all
Dennis
the Champions
Rodman getting lost in
I-
Vegas for a couple of days. I just watched the
The
last
Last
dance.
Dance,
I'm
there
sorry.
you go.
But
Yeah.
that also applies to the Champions League because the Champions League, when they restarted it, it was all in Portugal. Like, all of the games were played around the same.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You want to put an asterisk on the Champions League, but
Because-
not this.
But because the Champions League, they changed the format. Instead of 2 legs, it was single leg. For me, that makes a big difference.
Okay, so them changing the format because it was something necessary was an asterisk.
What they could have still had 2-legged games.
They could have.
Yeah.
Do you remember during the time what was going on around Europe?
No, it was August. At that time, they were still in Portugal, so they could have had 2-legged games in Portugal.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I mean,
I
it
don't.
was-
I don't think they had the time or that. Dude, it was in 1 week.
Yeah,
Freaking-
the reason they didn't because they wanted to start the new season. So there was no time for me to spend playing like extra games. Else we'll just do it 1 leg and then we'll go. NBA didn't have the same time pressure.
I don't think UEFA as well had a time pressure. to be
No, they
honest.
did
In my opinion,
because
it wasn't all because the new season started. Because the new season started while people were still playing. What are
no,
you talking
the
about?
end of the Champions League happened.
Oh, I talk about the top 5 leagues.
Yeah, the end of the Champions League happened. 1 week later, the top 5 leagues started again. 1 week later,
Okay.
they started in France, I think.
I don't think it was a time issue because they gave them time after the leagues finished to play the Champions League. Remember, because they were not playing the league and Champions League at the same time.
Not the point. LeBron winning.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
right.
Y'all
LeBron
done?
winning.
Y'all
Okay.
done about the Champions
Every
League?
time we talk about sports, man.
No, but for
Every
real,
time.
like I enjoyed LeBron winning. I enjoyed seeing LeBron destroy. I remember we were watching the series, me and you.
Yep.
He destroyed everybody he came up against. Man, LeBron is such a great player. Like, and having Anthony Davis on his team. Anthony Davis is the other great player on the Lakers team.
Not a
Is
great
this
player,
Pippen?
but a good player.
Good player. He's another good player. He's a really good player. He's
Is
a really
he
good
his Scottie Pippen?
player.
No, is he? He's been talking a lot of shit. I'm waiting to answer.
No, I don't know how to
All
answer
right,
that.
then go next
Okay.
one. Then let's go.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that. But apparently, he is the first player to win a title with 3 different teams. LeBron. So respect to that. November. What happened in November? Xbox launched.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
PlayStation
you,
5
I guess. Why am I saying thank you? I have no idea.
See,
The excitement in his
But,
eyes.
yeah.
I bought 2.
no, it's like you having a baby, Turks. That's what we.
That's exactly it.
And that's how it
That's
felt.
that's how equivalent it is.
You
Yeah,
walked
it is
in
the
here-
closest I will ever get to
Okay.
having a baby, I suppose.
Exactly.
You walking in here holding that bag like my
Oh, yeah,
baby.
definitely. Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh yeah, he brought it here,
I wasn't gonna
baby.
leave it in the car. Are you crazy?
bro. I remember him opening the box and just taking pictures and putting it back in.
He's like, oh, look at that cute little Xbox.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
I had to swaddle it and just put it in
Swaddle
the
it.
corner.
Okay, one thing we forgot about. The
He had
most
to
important
swallow
thing
it.
that happened in October.
What?
What?
Sorry,
what happened in
what
October?
happened?
Pass the-
Launch.
pass the
Past the
capsule
Kabsa.
launch.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got to meet y'all guys.
Yeah, we
That
launched
was-
an audio at first, unwillingly.
Unwillingly. On my birthday.
You know what's hilarious? Our
Yeah.
first episode and our first video episode both were unwillingly.
Unwillingly. Like,
What?
we didn't want to
Yes.
do this.
Yeah, we're like, we don't want to post it. Like, let's do this. Let's
But
just start
wait,
somewhere.
Wait, yeah, we have to start somewhere. Exactly.
And when we started, that's it. It became something that was
It became
Yeah,
bullshit.
we were just recording stuff just to test us. Yeah. I
Because
remember
we
that.
were testing, I think, since June.
Yeah.
Yeah, since they
Yeah.
the release quarantine, we've been doing testing.
And then one day we just showed up and like, was like, surprise, guys. It's out.
It's out.
It's out.
Like, hey, we're alive.
Asshole. Again.
Okay, so that was important. October. Going back to November.
And Champsy's birthday.
And Champsy's
Of course,
birthday,
yes.
obviously.
He's finally mentally 12.
Xbox launched, PS5 launched. We had the G20 in Saudi.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
Big
everybody,
deal.
yeah, everybody thought we still didn't know if it was going to be virtual or not up until very late in the day, and then like when it actually happened, it made sense completely because
It was always virtual. They said from the beginning it was going to be virtual. We were
Really?
talking about
like
it.
I
Yes.
was expecting people to actually.
So you
show
mean
up.
all the ambassadors were all chilling right here waiting? Hey, are we going or not?
Yeah,
No, bro, this
that-
is a government.
that didn't happen.
They pre-planned.
They gave everybody a heads up. Yeah.
Oh my god! Like there was like airplane of leaders just like floating around the aisle waiting for confirmation.
It's like, are we coming down?
No, go home, go home.
Get out of here! Get! Skira!
وصل ال 51 we need to get down the
Oh my god.
So, okay, what else happened?
Oh.
You guys are idiots.
We were all waiting at the last minute. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, I'm glad. Honestly, I'm very disappointed that Saudi got the presidency during the COVID year.
Yes.
But I'm also very proud and very glad how we pulled it off. I think we did a
It
lot.
destroyed a lot of great events. It destroyed a lot of great events that were got popping.
And a lot of things that were
Oh,
not-
the anger, bro.
Yeah, man, it was. We'll see, and I think next time it comes around, we're gonna, pull it off. It's gonna be so much better than everybody
Yeah, like
expected this one to
in
be.
20 years.
20 years, unless they cut them down to the G10. Okay. November. Okay. Saudi actually announced that anybody passing away from COVID, their family would get 500K. It doesn't matter if he's a citizen or an expat. Didn't matter if he's a doctor or part of the medical field. Anybody who they considered them as shuhada, which is a really great initiative. Alhamdulillah. And it's just something that goes to show, like, for real, how Saudi throughout the whole year took care of everybody. During the same month,
Alhamdulillah, no.
labor reforms were also announced. So there was a reforming of the whole
It still didn't come into play yet.
kafala system. It's supposed to start, I think, in March 21.
Yeah. So we'll know by then how it's going to be
How it's going to play out.
implemented.
So, there's much more flexibility, as I understood it, when it comes to worker rights and how if you're able to switch from one job to another. and that kind of
Nice.
thing. So that was all good in November, and then it ended terribly with the legend Maradona passing away. That was terrible, honestly. I mean, the guy was about to die.
I'm holding myself on that
Really?
one. I'm
Honestly?
holding myself on
Really,
that. I think we saw it coming.
we saw it coming. We saw it coming, but at the same time, when you saw the outpouring of love from different places,
Well, definitely. No. Everybody loves him for the legend that he is.
exactly.
But
He's
a lot of people were praying for him to take care of himself.
Yes,
But it's obviously that there was huge issues.
he wasn't that old. He was 60 something.
Yeah, but no, I'm not talking about him
Did
being
he
old.
look 60 something?
No, he didn't take care of himself.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
He was teasing
There's
death
a
for
lot
so
of
long.
demons in that head.
He was teasing death.
Yeah.
Did you see?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
No, but it was.
Do you remember him in the World Cup?
Yeah, I remember. He was not on the same plane
Do you
as we
remember?
were. He was in another dimension.
Bro, the way he was looking up,
Yeah.
bro.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that. Honestly.
Oh man,
No, but I remember the
rest in peace,
the
man.
outpouring of love in Argentina and Italy and all around the world, honestly, from footballers, from people who knew him. And he was,
Let's be honest, no one cared as much as Argentina did.
Napoli did. Napoli.
Well, not because he was a
Like,
star.
the city of Napoli
Yeah.
came out and wept in the streets.
I'm sorry, Argentina came out and wept.
Bro, Argentina announced a week-long mourning.
Yes.
Their presidents, when they die, they get 3 days. Maradona gets a week.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding. It's not
And
even a
I would
joke.
expect, by the Umr Tawil, if Messi dies, Barcelona is going to have a bigger celebration than Argentina.
I would imagine them to rename their stadium.
Celebration.
I mean, what's the name?
Yeah.
Memorial.
Yeah,
Memorial.
Memorial.
Yeah.
And they Napoli renamed their stadium after him. So that's already, as soon as it was announced, you already knew that he was going to be immortalized one way or the other.
Of course.
That was a long ass year, fellas. December, finally.
Wow.
Cyberpunk.
Oh, that flopped.
That flopped.
That flopped in
Cyber-
consoles.
Cyberpunk.
Mostly consoles.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2070. For people who don't know,
2077 is a game.
2077 is a game that gamers have been waiting for.
4 years.
It's not 4.
Technically 3.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It
much
is.
longer.
It is.
No,
Was
that
it
wasn't.
announced in
No.
2014?
No.
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 What are you
Okay.
talking
No,
about?
4 years. I want to
Okay.
say 4 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
But either way, after working on the game for 3 years, you release it before it's ready to be played on all consoles. So it was
They're getting
disappointing.
screwed left and right.
Yeah,
was-
they pulled it out of the Saudi store. They pulled it out of the UK store.
That's
They're
not
getting
screwed.
refunds.
I'll tell you what's screwed. When shareholders are suing them.
Oh,
Yikes.
That's when it's getting to
It's
hurt.
affecting the
Yeah.
brand of the company.
Yeah, they're like, you guys sold us on a beta.
Exactly.
It's just not gonna fly. yo.
Yeah, and that's it. We need something. We need the responses. So they sued them.
Okay.
No, it's in courts right now.
everyone who's playing the game and it's not. I mean, other than the
It's
crashes.
buggy.
Yeah, everyone's review is it's a buggy game that crashes a lot. But besides that, it's a really good game.
But
That's what I've been hearing.
a buggy game that crashes a lot is not something I'm going to be
Exactly.
excited
It
to play,
is.
honestly.
Yeah.
They giving people refund, and I think for the consoles, I think they're gonna have in Feb the first update.
Jan and Feb.
Jan and Feb. So
Yeah.
we'll see by then.
So it runs fine on
On desktop, it's good if you have a good desktop,
Yeah.
but it's not
If
great.
you have a super desktop.
Yes.
okay.
And it was developed as a previous gen game, like
So
Xbox
PS4.
Yeah, and PS4, yeah, Xbox One. But it doesn't run on these
Doesn't run
anymore.
on.
Yeah, it barely runs on PS5 and Xbox One, Xbox Series X. But the PS4 version, ooh,
It's
dude,
terrible.
it looks.
Did you buy it?
No, hell no.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the.
You're waiting for
but-
the nice one.
Exactly.
I need to upgrade my what's the name? My GPU before I play it.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Well, let us know how that
I'll
goes.
get,
I
I'll
guess.
get the 3080, I think.
From what I saw, it
I think
looks
Ice got
like
the 3080 or 3090. I need to ask him.
from what I saw, it looks like a really interesting game. Like a
The
really
vibe is
fun
cool.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that
The-
whole aesthetic. Like that's for
the
me. Also.
story, like
such a big
tree
fan of that kind of-
also.
Are we done in December?
Yes. No. December. What else happened in December? Challenge KSA wins the Saudi women football league.
Saudi woman female
Challenge
league.
FC.
Yeah.
Challenge KSA.
Whoa, it's called Challenge KSA?
Yeah.
All right.
It's literally called Challenge
All right.
KSA.
Somebody needs some branding.
From Riyadh. They were established in 2007, and they actually have multiple sports. They have like basketball and like tennis and some other sports. So they win the inaugural Saudi Women's Football League.
Challenge.
Congratulations, Challenge
Congrats.
FC. Well done.
Top scorer scored 11 goals or 10 goals?
Nah, bro, it's like 50, I think.
Uh,
I'm kidding. It's not
I was about
50.
to say, no, it was 10, 11. I forgot her name. What's her name?
No idea.
Forgot her name. But shout out to you. I'm
Shout
sorry I
out to
forgot your
you.
name.
Good stuff. We look forward to watching y'all next
Shout out to
year.
what else?
Inshallah. Sedu was added to the
UNESCO.
Intangible
Talked about a couple days
Heritage,
ago. Next
list.
chance.
Morocco and Israel normalized.
We saw that come a long time ago.
Yeah. And last but not least, vaccine started rolling out in the US.
And Saudi.
December 14th rolled out in the US. December 17th rolled out in Saudi.
Exactly.
Nice.
Quick.
Get it popping.
Yes.
That was the end of it.
That was the end of it.
This is the year of Ministry of Health and all the ministries.
Definitely. Oh,
I agree.
Yes.
Yes.
I
This
agree.
year is the year of ministries. Because everything that we went through and how we, I'm not going to say survived it, how we came out of it,
overcame.
overcame, whatever you want to use, it was all with the help of ministries.
Masterclass in management.
Exactly.
That's what happened.
And
That's what we lived
exactly.
through, basically.
And despite, like, of course, we're not expecting anybody or everything to be perfect. Despite all of the mistakes that happened, we look at Saudi and how it stands proud, and we look at other countries around the world right now and look at how they're dealing with things.
Even with the mistakes, Tayyip, they were so fucking minor.
Yeah, they don't
The positives
outweigh the negative.
outweigh the
Greatly.
negative.
Great.
Yeah, greatly. Because you were at home, you got
felt s-
everything to your
You felt
house.
safe.
They made sure the small businesses did not close down and people still got paid.
You had shattafat and toilet papers.
What?
Things
Chelsea.
were. Things were.
You know what, man? Like,
like no, for real.
I don't know what
I
to
look
say.
at other places around the world and the things that they had to worry about.
I'm
none
gonna
of them-
blast this even louder.
none of
Yeah,
them-
please. Please.
Because you're just rambling on with your bullshit.
No, for
No,
real. We didn't have.
We
to
had
worry.
everything. No,
Exactly.
no, we didn't have everything. You don't have to reference everything to the US. No one
Nah.
gives a shit, okay?
I think other people had issues. with
No,
paper.
no, no. It was only the US and you were living on that fucking
Bro,
bullshit.
the UK, my dad went through that.
All right. Are we done with your bullshit?
Yeah,
It's been a ridiculous year.
it's been a
Yeah.
crazy year.
And next year, Allah, I know what's going to happen. As Ramadan said a couple of days ago, like COVID 2.0 and 2.3 and 2.0. What the hell is going on? We have no idea.
I'm looking forward to getting jabbed with the vaccine just so I can feel safe again. Honestly,
Jabbed with the vaccine.
just stick it in me.
Well, I hope everybody survived this year.
We
I hope you guys came out stronger because it's been a very, very hard year for all of us. No matter how much we try to make it fun, it's not really fun. It was a ridiculous year that we all had to suffer through it one way or another.
it was challenging.
Even if you're sitting at home and just doing your own thing and doing nothing, it was also a problem. So congrats to everybody for making it this far. عظم الله أجركم. If you lost
Ameen.
someone, and congrats if you got a promotion. I think Shamsi got one.
Nope, not yet.
And we wish everybody a great 2021, which we know is going to be difficult, but inshallah, ya Rabb, bidnillah, it's going to be much better than what we had to go through.
Inshallah.
So look forward to the next year. Happy New Year's and happy Hanukkah, Shamsi. Oh, wait, we go. Let's. Just joking. I'm just joking.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
That was good.
It's already like January. You already passed it. You already celebrated. Anyway, we out. We out.
I hit my curls for a reason.
I see you bitches
I
next
hit my
year.
curls for a reason.
Next year. Let's go.
Oh, wait, we hope you all enjoyed the breakdown.
Hell no.
Peace.